Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Taking off on what Senator Kramer just said, I share those same concerns, that interplay between state and federal governments, especially when it comes to how we pay for things. I was interesting hearing your discussion earlier where you thought the federal government needed to do more. You know, I think that's something that everyone that comes here to testify or to discuss anything probably has that point of view. I think the even larger challenge is that this place is probably going to be in a position out of necessity to do less over time. And I know that can be discouraging and disappointing to many. So I think that when it comes to what are the responsibilities between states and the federal government, it's also got to be viewed in the context of how we've evolved over time to where, keep in mind, we borrow 23% of everything we spend here on an annual basis. So for anyone listening, and especially people that come here to testify, I would hedge my bets a little bit on things that you want to make sure that get done in your own particular states, even when it does sound so imbalanced in what you cited. Pleasure to be speaking to someone, too, that comes from the business world. I'm freshly out of it. Some of the differences between being here and running something where you got that accountability, I think probably is more what a governor has to contend with. I want to make sure, because I got one particular instance here in my home state, I want to describe it to you briefly and then see if you think that there would be remedies within the amendments that we're kind of talking about that would help this local concern be heard over all the other stuff that's involved with endangered species. In my state, there's a place called Lake Freeman. Since 2012, following low waters, that was a drought year, in the Tippecanoe River, the habitat for protected freshwater mussels, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has ordered the local electric company, which also has its own regulatory body, to release water through its dam out of Lake Freeman to raise the river's water level to protect 6 species of mussels. Of course, I'm for that. I'm a conservationist. I believe we got to do whatever we can to keep endangered species from becoming extinct. In this case, it's had a devastating effect on the local economy because you can't put a boat into the water. The water level is 3 to 5 feet below the dock levels. Do you feel comfortable with what we're doing here, that a grievance and a concern like that would be aired through the amendments we're proposing?
Mr. Chairman, Senator Braun, I do believe that this act provides better access by engaging local citizens and local governments earlier in the process to be able to find a solution that can best balance the needs of both the species and the economic interests that are there. And I do believe that this act is a vast improvement. Is it perfect? Probably not. But on the other hand, I do believe that that is the best place for that solution to be found at the local level.
Well, thank you. That's good to hear, and I think that will be good for the folks at Lake Freeman to hear as well. I think as we move forward to try to have that delicate balance between state and federal obligations and who pays for it, we need to make sure at the grassroots level that anyone impacted is heard as well. Thank you so much. Thank you.